Hey everybody, this is Mark with Flatwoods Bee Farm and in-season cut flower farm and a couple other little side gigs. I've always got something going on. I hope everybody's doing good. I thought today we would start our Sunday morning walk around the homestead again. We did that last year. People seemed to enjoy it. There's a lot of little things starting to happen here on the homestead. So I thought I'd take you on a little walk around and let you see what I'm seeing, and share with my friends that are up in the colder climates so they could be jealous. All right, here we go. Okay, so this video, since I'm going to be sharing it to the in-season cut flower farm page and the Flatwoods Bee Farm page, both, it'll contain a little bit of stuff about flowers and about bees. That way I can just do one video and put them in both places. But the bees are really starting to pop right now. If you ever want an indicator when spring is sprung, you need some bees. So this is a little split I made last week from a colony over at the out yard that I found swarm cells in, and I had to do a split. What I want you to see is the drones and all the pollen coming in. It's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow, and I'm going to work bees tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see what that queen's doing in there and what the status of this colony is. Alright, let's go look at my pollinator friendly hedge row. Okay, some of you might remember from last year my pollinator friendly hedge row. Don't look like much right now, but I have got a couple of the bushes, shrubbery, whatever you want to call it, starting to put on some growth. And I cannot remember what each one of these plants are. Saved my life. I should have tagged them. What I do know is the two all the way up there at the end with the white flag or the little orange flags, those are Franklin trees. If you don't know what a Franklin tree is, look it up. There's a little bit of a story behind Franklin trees. Kind of interesting. But starting to see some life right along here. This is also where I buried a very special friend of mine. Many of you will remember him. My little buddy Scoby. He's buried right here among the flowers. So he found him a good place to rest. Sure did love that little fella. All right, let's go see what's next. All right, this is one of the vegetable garden plots that we had last year. Had corn and all kind of stuff planted in here. And some of you remember from last fall, I planted some Chinese cabbage, some oh God, what is the name of that stuff? Not rhubarb, but anyway, looks like that. Some of you will know what it is. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, Mama didn't like the Chinese cabbage, so we didn't eat none of that. And I didn't know what to do with this stuff. And over there's some broccoli, so I just kind of let it go. But it's still serving a purpose. Let me show you this. This Chinese cabbage is starting to bolt. That's why you see it making all those yellow flowers. And the reason I wanted it to bolt, I hope I can capture this on camera. The bees love these yellow flowers. They're just loaded down with flowers. Let me find some more. Anyway, I'm let it bolt for food for the flowers. I can't remember the name of that stuff. Gosh, I can't believe that. Anyway, that'll soon bolt. So this will become a little food plot for the bees until we get our garden going. And of course, that's all growed up over there. That's where I have my zucchini, squash, tomatoes, okra, all that stuff is growed up, but that's okay. We'll work that up soon and start getting ready for the summer garden. let me show you these two. They're just absolutely beautiful, these two trees. I think they're ornamental cherry trees. I don't really know for sure. I know bees and flowers, but when it comes down to trees, I'm lost. But you've got this one right here that come up volunteer, and there's one right over there toward the barn that come up volunteer. Years ago, Dad let it grow, put something around it so nobody mow it down, and look how big and beautiful it is now. It's in full bloom. So the little bit of color. All right, let's move on. All right, for my beekeeping friends, y'all know what that is. That's a bait hive. Some people call it a swarm trap, just whatever you want to call it. If you don't have them up, you better hurry up and get them up. Swarm season will be here before you know it. I like to use a product called Swarm Commander as a lure, a bait lure. And it's time to refresh into all I do is squirt a little bit on the outside like that. That's it. Now when I initially set it up, I squirt some on the frames on the inside, but I don't after I do that. So that's all I do about once a month, or every other week, or whenever Mark remembers. I'll freshen up that pheromone lure. All right, it's kind of like fishing. I hope we catch some this year. All right, let's go out here and see where the flowers are going to go here in a couple weeks. So as I was walking out to where the flowers are going, I walked by this, thought I'd share this. I planted this is nothing but a row cover over a little place I dug up here that's got broccoli on this side, and on this side I got some cauliflower planted, and my niece Candace just loves the broccoli, so I grow that more for her than anything else. But the row cover really, well, let me set this down a second. I couldn't put the brick back on it with one hand. The row cover is really not for temperature control. It's more to keep the dogs out of it, because until the plants get just a little bit bigger, the dogs have to check it out and see what Daddy's doing. All right, let's go look at the flower garden. Okay, out here is where in about 2 weeks we'll start digging this up. This is where all the cut flowers are going to go. There's 6 1,000 square foot, I call them plots, that is where we'll plant the cut flowers. As you can see in this plot right here, my crimson clover came up a lot better than it did in the other ones. Let you live and learn. I've actually done this one on a day completely separate than the other ones. It was having a lot of rain, so I had to wait to do this one. And I know what I did different, and that's the way I'll do all the rest of them this fall. But there's 6,000 square foot plots out here that's going to have beautiful flowers, gomphrena, celosia, sunflowers, zinnias, all kind of beautiful stuff. All right, now let's go show you what's in the basement on the heat mats and grow lights. Okay, we're down here in the plant propagation room, seed starting facility, whatever you want to call it. You know, a lot of you have had questions about the little soil blocks I make. This is a little special tool that I use to make those little soil blocks. I use I make my own soil blocking material. It's a combination of peat moss, compost, green sand, and rock phosphate. So I make my own mix, and this is where the magic starts, making these little soil blocks. I have a friend of mine up in Virginia, Lisa Ziegler, to thank for that. Turned me on to all this wonderful cut flower stuff. So let's go over here and see what's germinating on the. This is a see that black mat right there? That's called a heat mat. What we do is we start the seed in the little soil blocks, okay, and we put them on that heat mat, and that heat mat increases the ambient temperature around the soil blocks and heats it up to a temperature that's more conducive to germination. Got a little bit of what is this? This is celosia that I started on 311. Got a little bit of that starting to germinate. And of course I got a lot of tomatoes. Bella Rosa. Got some lettuce started. There's some more tomatoes called Red Snapper. That's Mortgage Lifter. And while I'm on the tomatoes, I announced this week that we're going to have our first annual tomato plant sale on May the 1st from 10 to 2 here at the house, here at the homestead. So once that's we're so excited about that. So once the plants germinate, we move them over here. Please, I hope I don't capture any of my mess. But we move them over here to the grow lights. Okay, all this is new stuff. The grow lights finish it off. They'll stay under this about 2 or 3 weeks. This right here is basil. It's lemon and cinnamon basil that has germinated on that. And I got a few broccoli plants left, some lettuce. This is some more basil. You might ask, why am I growing so much basil? Well, from what I've learned is that with cut flowers you got to have filler. So basil is a good filler. I got some Gumfrina growing underneath the grow lights. Some stock under the grow lights. More stock. And down here, now check this out. For the tomato sale, we're going to have several different varieties of heirloom and hybrid tomatoes. When I told Mom about this one, she said, "What?" It's called Boxcar Willie tomatoes. They're an heirloom variety that I got a real good germination on. So they're under the grow lights. Let's see what that's more Gumfrina. More Gumfrina. And this over here is some Better Boy, and we're also going to have some Big Boy tomatoes. So on the varieties of tomatoes that we'll have is Better Boy, Big Boy, Red Snapper, Boxcar Willie, and Mortgage Lifter. I think that's all of them. But anyway, that's the grow lights. That's where they go before all the little plants go before they go outside. Now in about a week and a half, I'll start some sunflowers and zinnias. It's not quite time here where I'm at in Locust, North Carolina to start that. So once we start sunflowers, we'll start over 240 sunflowers every week, so we can have sunflowers all the way through the season. So this is just a little operation. All right, thank you. Okay, well, I hope y'all can hear me because the wind has started blowing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll try to do one every Sunday just to keep everybody abreast of what we're doing with the bees and the flowers. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you're watching this on Facebook or on Instagram, please like and follow the page. We'll keep you updated. And mark your calendars for that tomato sale. It's May the 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. here at the house in Locust for the local people. Okay? All right, hope y'all having a great day. I know I am.